to another episode of Red Star Belgrade Sleeping Giants. I've said that the wrong way round, but I don't care. So let's get into it. In the last episode, we lost to Bayern Munich, and that was not exactly a surprise of a result, shall we say. But there were positives to take from it, just as we always have done in Europe so far. We just seem to have got this knack of scoring against the big sides. Yeah, we seem to concede, but I just feel like eventually, one of these days, we're going to get lucky and get like a 7-7 draw. Or like that 5-5 draw we got against PSV in the second season, if you remember. Probably one of the greatest games of FM I've ever had, coming from 5-0 down to draw 5-5. Absurd. But it happens. So, getting into this month, I think it's been on the general level, it's been pretty productive. Obviously, you can see there's one sore thumb of a result in the middle, but I think for the most part, we've actually been fairly decent. As well as a defensive force, I think we've been decent. So let's just jump straight into things. First game of the month was against Metat. Now, this is their second full season in the league, I believe, and this one came very close to being a little bit of an upset, really. We took the lead early in the game through Luka Jovic, who seems to have really stepped up a notch now for us, and that's been great to see. He obviously had that really poor start once he was finding his fitness, but now that he's sort of found his fitness, he's really showing what a quality player he can be, basically. Ball played in here and it's eventually cleared away. Eventually, Jovic is going to get this ball back and make some shit happen, basically. It was an away win, and it was a win we needed to get. Ball through to Jovic and just dispatches that finish like a player that really is too good for this league, with his 8th goal of the season. And we need to see more from him. I think we're going to get 30 out of him this year, provided he doesn't get a long, serious injury. I think he's good for 30 goals this season, and that's pretty much what we're going to need out of him every year from us, really. Otto, obviously, is never going to be a 30-goal-a-season striker. That's not his game. He's more of a sort of, will contribute sort of 15 to 18 goals, probably, but also like 20 assists, yeah. But, that's what we expect from him, and that partnership, when they're on their day, can be absolutely just lethal, basically. And for the second goal, I mean, Jovic again this time with the ball through, and Zivkovic just flicks it to the back post, and there's Savicevic getting in there to wrap up the points in theory at 2-0. Or so I thought, anyway. I mean, we definitely deserved it if you look at the stats. But they did have a few chances, and they were able to create something, basically. From a corner, headed down, it's headed back in and flicked over the top of our goalkeeper, and Jovanovic is able to make it 2-1, and we managed to hold on in the end and get ourselves another win, because it is just important to keep winning at this stage of the season and not do what we did last year and mess up loads, although we did nearly do that towards the start of the season. I've also, by the way, gone and got ourselves 2 new fitness coaches, and I haven't replaced our old ones. We've still got space, so we now have 4... we didn't have any fitness coaches. So I've got 2 in now to really help us pre-season. I've also brought in 2 new goalkeeping coaches, both of which who have 18 or 19, I can't remember, ability in terms of that. So that should help us there. Also, I've brought in 2 new physios to go with our current 2 physios, who both have 20 for physiotherapy. So I'm hoping that should try to stop the rot and make the injury time slightly less. I don't know. It's just anything. I'm doing anything I can, basically, to help with these situations. So let's say, moving on. Also, guys, just so you know, because I know a lot of people keep saying, oh, scout this nation, scout that nation. I'm scouting all of the nations. I'm not scouting one in particular, and I'm not choosing players from one nation over another. I'm choosing players because they're good. I don't care where they're from, although I would like to keep it a little bit more Eastern European on this particular save. But I'm not ignoring nations. If I haven't signed a player from that nation, it's not because I don't want to. It's because there isn't any players that I would consider to be worth signing. That's the simple fact of the matter. So, yeah. If you're thinking of asking me, can I scout this nation, please assume that I already am. I have my scouts on the world, and I have them all set to do regions, so they're pretty much touching every nation. If I think that I've neglected a nation, I will send them there specifically. So don't worry, I've got it covered, like, honestly. So there we go. In our next game, we were against Vojvodina at home, and Vojvodina are having a bit of a struggling season, really, this time. And again, they created a few chances, and I was disappointed to let them score, really. When they took the lead in this game, I got a little bit worried, I have to admit, because I know that we've messed up a few. There's a lot of players wearing pink boots for Vojvodina, so credit to them for that. Maybe it's breast cancer awareness, who knows. Ball play through here, and, straight in the back of the net from Vojinovic. And a little bit worried there. 10 minutes in, 1-0 down at home. Well, my worries were quickly put to rest by the team, who very quickly got themselves back in the game, literally within, I think, about 5 minutes. Serdic here flicks it round to Gavric, whose shot is blocked, but the ball comes straight back down. Adamenko, who's done a great job this season, and he's even had to have a rest because he's worked so damn hard. Ball eventually is going to come through. Adamenko is just such a good footballer already. He can really put a cross in as well. Dinks it in, and there is Dragovic getting across his man for his third goal of the season. He's genuinely turned into a reasonably decent midfielder for us. He's contributed a lot. Keeps the ball very, very well. That's what I would say about him. Ristic the ball through again. Adamenko this time whips it in, and this time it comes to Metat off of Jovic's flick back. So Adamenko again putting in some really decent and dangerous passes, which is just what we need to see from him. So that made it 2-1 very, very quickly. Then directly after half-time, we basically decided to just go and finish this game off and get ourselves another comfortable victory. What you will notice is that we are somehow still not top of the league. Adamenko again providing a lot of width there. The ball sort of ricochets around, ended up going in off Jovic's face after the defender clears it against him. Probably the easiest goal he'll ever score because he knew nothing about it. But it's another goal and it helps his form. And then, of course, on 53 minutes, ball played out to the edge of the area where Metat is waiting, has a little bit of a run. Great strike. What a hit that is from Metat, seriously. Brilliant stuff. You wouldn't catch Metat taking a strike on like that, I have to say. So there you go, 4-1. It was surprising that we didn't continue with that kind of vein, but we didn't, and it didn't matter because we got ourselves the win. Now, what I really want to concentrate on is clean sheets. Unfortunately, against Liverpool in the Champions League away, that was not to be. 2 players for them actually scored hat-tricks, and when you look at the number of clear-cut chances they had, you will wonder how the hell they didn't get more. Had, and I quote, 18 clear-cut chances against us. It is, and they let flares into Anfield. Tut, tut, tut. So basically, yeah, 23 minutes into the game, we were actually doing all right at this stage, but then when the ball comes back, and we were never going to get... Liverpool were a lot better than we actually thought they were going to be, I think. Ball play through here for Živkovic, and he was able to just dispatch that with consummate ease. But again, we've scored 3 goals, and this game could have been a lot closer if it wasn't for a little batch of the game that just completely took us by surprise, basically. I really don't know what happened. They almost blitzed us in the same kind of way that we blitzed other teams. I don't know what that was about there either. Why in the hell my defender didn't take that ball when it was right in front of him and let their player get it? But there you go. That was then... He basically gave him a goal there because they wouldn't have... If he wins that ball, they don't score. And just as against Bayern, like, we were playing decent football, but we couldn't quite get the rhythm working. And of course, they ended up scoring a 3rd goal before half-time. And again, like, what is Jovanovic doing there? He's in front of Balotelli and then he just stops. I don't get that kind of bit. Why does that happen? So there you go, 3-0 up to Liverpool. We then win a penalty right on the stroke of half-time with Vukan Savicevic manages to dispatch for us. MacLeod is still the top scorer in the Champions League, by the way, people, which is an impressive stat on its own. So then, yeah, 70 minutes, you're 3-1 down. We're starting to really push at them now and actually starting to create a few chances, but then we give the ball away so sloppy here. Balotelli's through, and, well, he's not going to miss from here, is he? But of course he does, but then on the follow-up... Come on, goalkeeper. You should be doing better on the rebound there. So it's 4-1 then, with 20 minutes to go. A little bit disappointed, but I still felt there was a chance for us to maybe nick something. Then with 13 minutes left, we did exactly that. Otto does wonderfully well here, and the ball is ended up backheeling across the line from Dragovic. 4-2 with 30 minutes to go. I thought, right, maybe we can just push them and grab one more goal and make it 4-3. Yeah, so then they decided to just... I don't even know what happened. Bear in mind, we're on drop deeper at this point. And yet somehow they're able to just play these cutting passes straight through us. Like, we were definitely on drop deeper because I noticed that earlier in the game that they were doing all kinds of... And just some of our passing was just terrible at this point in the game. I don't know what happened. We were right in this game. And then all of a sudden we were... As you can see, we're in good positions and winning the ball a lot. But those out balls are so poor. And it just takes one ball for Liverpool and suddenly we're completely split because we're so high up the pitch for some reason. Živkovic there with the strike and in off the rebound there to make it 5-3 to Liverpool on 84 minutes. And unfortunately, I don't know what happened. We just did the same thing basically 3 times in a row. And there was 3 successive highlights and it didn't let me make any tactical changes in between them basically. It was poor. Decker's then ball in, and another good save initially, but then on the rebound there, Joe Allen getting in there to make it 6-2, and it was disappointing because I felt like 6-2 is a big, bad result, and then it goes straight off the kickoff again. We just... Look, the pass, the outball is so poor. They just get the ball straight back off of us, Živkovic goes through again, and it's suddenly 7. Like, what are you doing? I don't care what your tactic says. Why the hell does that pass not go straight into someone? You've given the ball away with the first pass since you've started again. Thankfully, and I think this goal was massively offside, by the way. I don't know how this wasn't given offside, but I'm sure Luka Jovic will take it. Just played through here, and Jovic's sliding tackle puts it in the back of the net for his 10th goal of the season. A little bit disappointing with the result, but we still managed to score 3 goals away from home at Anfield. I'm hoping we don't get the same kind of problems in our game today. Now, in our next game, there's quite a few games this month. I appreciate this one might be a bit of a lengthy one. We had Radnik Sudulica away from home, and they were pretty poor, but it still took us quite a while to really get into this game, and we created enough chances to win this. But we were for a long time at 1-0, and I was worrying whether we were actually going to be able to hang on, because you know what the game is like. Thankfully, we actually showed a bit more defensive solidity in the next few games. After that 7-3 to Liverpool, we've actually been fairly decent in terms of... We kept 3 clean sheets in a row in all competitions after that, which is surprising for us. Jaksic, who has played this game instead of Adamenko, ball here, and Otto eventually smashes it in. He is still our top scorer with 13 goals this season, but, there are people like... Gajic and of course Jovic now starting to catch him up a little bit if he doesn't get his act together. Thankfully in the second half we were able to sort of finally get what we needed, and it's Vukan Savicevic here to make it 2-0 and wrap the game up for us in theory. 5 minutes later, 8 minutes later then, things got even better for us and we wrapped up another very, very comfortable away win in the league. But it's these sort of games where we were slipping up in previous seasons. Cernic here comes back out, Gavrich steps inside here eventually, drops it back, and there on the rebound is Vukan Savicevic for another goal. He's into double figures already with his 10th of the season, and that's it. 3-0, comfortable win away from home, and we're looking good in those sort of games. Next match we had a cup game against Radnik. Yeah, that's right, another Radnik team. So, yeah, and they were, obviously, they're a second-tier Radnik side. I think there's 2 or 3 Radnik sides, but we did a full squad rotation, except for a couple of players who I think needed match fitness. So, Luka Jovic, of course, played this one because I just wanted to keep him in good form, basically, and him getting a couple of goals today is, I felt, the best way to keep the form going for the lad, basically. So we went with Metat and Jovic up front. And Metat has actually had a decent year for us this year. He's done decent things. Some of our attacking play at times was a little bit poor. We actually had 28 shots in the first half and then only 3 in the second half. It was literally like we just went 4-0 up and just thought, And I didn't tell them to do it. They just sort of did it anyway. They just really got 4-0 up in this game and just decided not to bother after that. Zivkovic here was great in this game. Ball in here to Jovic, who just drills it low and hard to score number 11 of the season. And that's what you need from him. We need that every game, basically. And he has had a great month and is really starting to catch up with everyone else on the goal scoring list now. I think in the next month he'll probably overtake Antic's ball in here, and Jovic on the score sheet once again for his 12th goal of the season. He only needs one more to catch up with Mahatma Otto, and I think, I'm still hoping he can get us at least 30 goals this season. He will almost certainly be top scorer in this league. He was last year, even though he only got 15 last season. He was still the top goal scorer because he did it in so few games, and that just shows you the poor quality of some of these other players in this league. Something else that's worth noting while these goals are going in is that Partizan are having an absolutely woeful time of it at the moment. We are currently 9 points above them after 11 matches. I mean, the title, in terms of Partizan anyway, is as good as done. 9 points in front of them. And bear in mind, we're going to get better once we've got less games to play after Christmas, in terms of less Champions League. Although we might still be able to get ourselves into that 3rd spot and get Europa League, and it's looking pretty promising actually, because Red Bull got absolutely bollocked by Bayern. That'd be a good name for a series, bollocking Bayern. Zivkovic again was great, whips it across, and it's headed away, and Zivkovic is straight back in there, and unfortunately his header was cleared. But yeah, so Partizan are having a really terrible time, and the main rival for us in terms of the title at the moment is Čukarički, who've had some really poor seasons, but this year are really stepping it up, and I think it is mostly down to their incredible defence. They've only conceded 4 goals in their first 11 league games. Even we've conceded I think we've conceded 11 actually. Miletic in there again to score himself. Yeah, another goal. He's got 9 goals this year, and that's not bad. Georgi Despotovic has not really been getting a look in because of that, and he's starting to complain. But I think with some of the youth players we've got coming through now, he might be off in the summer. Last game of the month was a nice simple one. I say nice and simple. It was away against Jagodina, and this was crucial for our season because Jagodina were level on points with us coming into this game. There's a sort of group of 4 teams at the top who are all sort of battling for the title race at the moment. Partizan, not one of them. It's Jagodina, Čukarički, and I can't remember. I think it's Napredak, yeah. And there's like a 5, 6, 7 point gap between them and everyone else. But we've gone to Jagodina here and picked up a result. And when you see the goal, I mean, if this happened to me, I'd be very, very angry. Look at this. I mean, that's practically inside the goalkeeper's legs. But Miletic scores his 10th goal of the season, and yet another player has entered double figures for us now. So that was a huge result as far as our season goes. Now let's just take a little look at the league. As you can see, we are second, but we do have a much better goal difference than Čukarički. Napredak and Jagodina are also well in there as well. Then you have to go down as far as 8th place to find Partizan. I mean, they're a long way behind. They are 9 points off the top. And in fact, they're closer to the relegation zone than they are to us. And that's just where I want them, because I feel that Čukarički are going to fall away, that they haven't lost a game this season, and they did beat us. I feel they will still probably have some slip-ups, and I think that will just allow us to win this league quite comfortably this season, more like it was 2 years ago, and I think this will be the last, I think last year is probably going to be the last year that it's going to be really, really tight. You notice that we're actually doing very well on the injuries table as well, only 3 injuries compared to the likes of MacLeod, who have 14. That's insane. So let's take a little look at the squad. I'm sorry, I still haven't had a chance to fix that. I haven't looked at that since the last time we did this. I will make sure I fix it after this episode. Top goal scorer for us is Mahatma Otto, of course, with 13, but then you've got Gajic and Jovic with 12, and Militic and Savicevic with 10. There's a lot of players have already hit double figures. I reckon we could have 5 players get 20 goals for us this year, and that's superb. Assists-wise, Otto has 11, but Gajic also has 10. He's just superb. Player of the match, Gajic, Militic, and Savicevic with 3 apiece. And, well, average rating, I guess, is Gajic at the moment, and that does not surprise me at all. So let's get into the game against Liverpool. Now, they're playing the same system as they did in the last episode, but not in the last episode, in the last game, but I just don't know what to do with regard to actually stopping them. We are at the home side, so I might just go with this as more standard. I went counter last time, and that might have been the error. So we're going to go more control. We're going to have to make some changes, because we're just getting a little bit strung out at the moment. Jovic is not particularly fit as it is, so we're going to have to go with that. Now, the plan here is just to see what we can do. I'm really not that bothered about losing Liverpool and Bayern. If we can nick any points from them, that would be brilliant. Now, the main thing for me is to make sure that Bayern beat Red Bull Salzburg today, and by a huge margin as well. I think they're at home. Oh no, they're away at them today. Because that Red Bull Salzburg game that's coming up next in tomorrow's episode is crucial. We win that or just fail to lose, I think that's us into the Europa League, and that's going to be awesome. So yeah, that will do for now. Balotelli was so good against us last time. It really was, which is amazing to say, but he genuinely was very, very good. Now, it was amazing my goalkeeper's condition is so low. Jovanovic has great conditioning there, so we were a little bit tight. Oops, apologies, I forgot to turn that bastard off. Go back to 2D Classic. Right, there we go. I just want to sort of, hopefully we won't get smashed by Liverpool like we did at Anfield, although we still scored a couple of goals. I want to put in a performance at home like we have done against Bayern and those sort of sides when we've played at home against them, you know, where we've actually stepped up and played quite well. Militic, will he shoot? No, it goes back to Ristic, spreads it out wide for Adamenko. Can he pick a good cross? He doesn't really, does he? Cernic, it's a decent take actually, but we've started off quite strongly, and that's what I needed to see, that kind of, oh god, never mind. The highlight had, oh, that looked offside to me. That's a terrible finish from Zivkovic, but it looked a little offside. I'm not sure what to make of it. It's going to be a really tough game, that much we do know. Oh, hello. I'm just hoping it is a little bit like when we've played some of the bigger sides at home. We actually do really put in a shift and have nicked draws against them at times. Oh, good save on the follow-up. Oh, and another good strike there. 2 big chances there for Red Star in the first 10 minutes. I'll tell you what, we look a lot better than we did away from home. I think this could be a game where we maybe run them close. Maybe even have a hope of getting a draw in this game here, if we really push for it. Because you know they're going to come at us at some point in this game. And if anything, they will probably still end up battering us. But we've started off nicely, and that's a good thing to see. Oh, Cernic should have done better there, but he's still found Otto. Can he find a pass? It's Savicevic off the post. Militic. Oh my god, what a chance. Again, you have to put these chances away. Bayern Munich are beating Red Bull Salzburg. That's good. But we need... Oh, I'll tell you what as well, though. If we get a draw today, then that would be pretty much third place wrapped up for us, wouldn't it, really? Because... even if we lost, oh, that's 2 injuries for Liverpool as well. We will close down Decker. He was lethal in that first game. I can't believe they've got 2 injuries in this first half. They're going to be a bit stuck when it comes to substitutions later on, which could work in our favour as they get a little bit tired towards the end of the game. He's running in an offside position there. They've yet to have a shot on target, which has been pleasant. No, to deny a team like Liverpool, who scored 7 against us in the first, in the game less than 2 weeks ago, to suddenly deny them a shot on target in the first half and look to be shutting them out currently. Oh, they're probably going to score with their first shot on target, that being said. There you go. FM, everybody. But, shit happens, basically. Right, well, that's disappointing. We've actually been the better side so far, but they've caught us. Bad defending again there from my fullback. I don't know why he doesn't just continue with the run. Zivkovic with the strike, and it's a good finish from Zivkovic, but yet again, first shot on target, first goal. We have to put our chances away, and now we've got an injury. Is Gavrich? Oh, no, he's not, is he? Bugger. Is Karakulic on the bench? Who have we even got on the bench? Gajic. Actually, Gajic can play there. He's not the best there, but he's a fucking good player. So maybe that'll actually be an improvement. He's just not superb with regards to condition. I didn't really want to make a first half substitution. In terms of what we need to do, I mean, we need to go at them a little bit. That much is clear. I'm going to up it to attacking because if we lose, we lose. But I'd like to see if we can nick something. And obviously, you know, I go overload late on. But for now, I'm just going to say get stuck in. I'm going to say whipped crosses. We're actually quite good with crosses, so maybe we'll just go whipped for the second half. I don't normally like to do that because I do find it limits my... Are you kidding me? Is he literally going to use like a kickoff glitch? It looks like a fucking kickoff glitch. There we go, good clearance. I'm disappointed to be a goal down at half-time. 0-0 draw would have been alright, but for me, with the amount of chances we created in that first half, we should have maybe scored a goal, and I don't think they should have been scoring a goal. But it was a good opportunity they've carved out. I just hate the fact we've let them score with their first shot on target of the game, and now it's 2-0. He's offside, good stuff. Thank God for that. Looked a bit close, though. I have to say, Jagodina in the last game we played were denied a late equaliser against us, and personally I didn't feel their goal was offside either. That, however, is offside. Even when the ball was played, he's still in an offside position, but we do have to be a bit careful about that. No, we can't drop any deeper because they're actually holding quite a deep line anyway. And it's not like they're getting in behind because they're getting caught offside, so... I'm struggling to think of how we can best... Oh, well played. Struggling to think of how we can best get back into this. You know, the difference in terms of... Oh, Otto. Oh, look out wide. Please look out wide. Cernic. Look out wide again. Gavrich. Can he get the ball? Gajic. Back across the box. Oh, big opportunity there. If we could just pick out a better cross. Ristic, please look right. Left is not the ideal formation. And Miletic is in the back of the net. It is Red Star 1, Liverpool 1, and it's Miletic. And that is what we deserve. I really think we deserve that goal. We've been the better side in this game. For the most part, anyway. It's a great ball, actually, from Ristic. I wasn't expecting... I was kind of hoping he'd go outright to Adamenko. It's a great ball in as well. Terrible defending from Liverpool. 3 players around Miletic, and they failed to stop him from scoring. I'm tempted now that we're back level to just go back to a controlled approach to try and, you know, prevent them from just coming straight back at us. That would be kind of poor. Because we were doing well even when we were on control. And I only went to attacking... Apologies. Because we were behind, but now that we're level again, I feel like we can be a bit more... Oh. But they'll probably go straight back in front. Remember, this is the first highlight, straight from the kick. That was offside as well, surely. Great save from Stankovic. Well done, son. And that is a good opportunity for Liverpool, and one which they might regret later on if they don't win this game. Don't just let... Oh, what another save from Stankovic. Great stuff there. They're starting to come at us now. They know how important it is that they do beat us here, because there is always an option that we could end up sneaking into second if they don't beat us. I mean, it's going to be a tough one because of that game against... because of the game against them at Anfield. Is this highlight ever going to end? Of course it's already ended. What am I talking about? So, there we go. We managed to get the ball clear. I think we're doing okay so far. Substitution time, maybe around about 70, I think, for the first one. They've had some clear-cut chances, though. They're starting to crank the whip. Not crank the whip. They're starting to crack the whip a little bit against us, and I'm trying to think the best way we can try and stop them from doing that. I'm thinking maybe if we just drop... Not so much drop deeper, but just don't push so high up. Big tackle again there. They need to be using these outlets. We've got players up front that need to be used. I'm thinking my first substitution is probably going to be Luka Jovic. That man has got goals. And, oh, please don't let him score from there. Good save again. Stankovic is doing a good job today, but Liverpool are really starting to put on... Oh, what is that? They're starting to really pile on the pressure now, and we're going to go for Jovic. Apologies, my throat's gone really funny. Sorry about that, guys. Right, Luka Jovic. He's not the best in terms of condition, but he's a bloody good player. I'm going to bring him on for Miletic, and then we'll swap he and Otto over. That's my little roll of the dice there. I feel like it's... I'm not going to go attacking or anything unless we go behind, because, let's face it, it's been pretty even at the moment. We are going to just quickly see if there's any specific opposition changes. Yeah, okay. Oh, Ristic here. Go on. Mihajlo Ristic. Ball up. Cernic. Oh, it's going to be clear they're going to score now, aren't they? They're going to score now, aren't they? Oh, no. Come on, guys. Well done, Darko Lazic. That is some insanely good defending. Please let that be the end of the highlight. Lazic now. Oh, come on, just bring it down. I love the way that just went straight through my player again. Just bring the ball down. There's no need. Oh, hello. No, he's not going to catch that. Jovic is just need to be up there so he can just chase balls, basically. You know, he's got that finishing touch. So if we do happen to get ourselves into a position... What? What the hell happened there? That keeps happening. The players sort of... It's almost like they're magnetic. And Cernic, oh, look out wide. Oh, Jovic has got the ball here. Jovic has still got the ball here, I think. No, he hasn't. I don't know what happened there. We need to be looking wider. Balotelli, and well won by Darko Lazic again. He's just winning everything. Cernic, Ristic, now please look right. There we go, Savicevic. Through it comes for Otto! Oh! What an opportunity. Mahatma Otto could have won, well, potentially given us a chance of at least earning a draw at minimum. Oh no. Win that ball, Jovanovic. There we go, and Stankovic will smash that clear, and that's actually a great pass. Amazingly, Jovic has got it here. Can he find a run? No, he can't. And it's cleared away by Liverpool, but we're not letting them rest. We're keeping the ball in play. I think we can smell blood. Jovic now. Through the channel for Otto! And again saved! Oh my god. We've had some really good opportunities in these last few minutes, so I'd be really disappointed if we lose this game now. I'll tell you what, I think we're about to get a draw at home to Liverpool, guys. When you consider that we lost 7-3 to them at Anfield. And there we go, Red Star Belgrade 1, Liverpool 1. And that, for me, has surely got to guarantee us third place. Oh, there was chances to win that. But then at the same time, there was also chances for Liverpool to win that game. And maybe they should have, but then maybe we should have. So I think a draw is probably a fair result on the night. We've now got a game against Red Bull Salzburg, which in theory we could lose and still not have much of a problem. I really don't want to. I'd like to go and win that as well. To get 7 points on the board in our Champions League group. And that'd be the most we've ever got, I think, which would be awesome. And I think we can pretty much look forward to some Europa League football after Christmas, which is going to be fun. As long as it doesn't affect us too much in the league. I want to give it a real crack. So, in the next episode, of course, we will be doing the Red Bull Salzburg game. So if you guys would like what we've seen, please drop a like on the video. And if you'd like to even more than that, please subscribe to my channel for more Portsmouth and Red Star Belgrade in your inbox every single day at 5:30 and 8 o'clock. And I'll see you guys in the next episode for the Red Bull Salzburg game. Bye-bye.